One Fable 5 session drained my whole max plan. Top comment on a top AI channel right now. And everyone's mad about the wrong thing. And yes, before you ask, that's a hair transplant scab. The content doesn't wait for the hairline. Fable 5 is Claude's newest and best model. Free in your paid plan until June 22. Then they take it away. So stop asking how fast it burns your limits. Ask what you're buying with them. Outputs you'll forget by July, or systems that keep working when the model is gone. In this video, we'll go through the one question that decides if a task deserves Fable, plus the two things I'm spending my own window on. Same limits, same deadline as you. So here's the question. Before you give Fable any task, ask, will this still be paying me on June 23? That's it. That's the whole filter. If the answer is no, don't burn Fable on it. If the answer is yes, that's exactly the kind of task this window is for. Now run what's everyone doing through that question. The app you one-shotted to impress the group chat. On June 23, that's a screenshot. The emails you had it right, gone. The landing page, the little demo, the one-time fix, gone, gone, gone. I'm not saying that stuff is useless. I'm saying none of it needed Fable. Here's the part almost nobody checked. For most everyday work, Fable isn't even better than Opus. I went through the benchmarks, and yes, I know benchmarks get gamed. You should never trust one number on its own. But patterns are harder to fake. And there's a pattern sitting in Anthropic's own table that they are not exactly putting on a billboard. First, a fact. On the API, Fable costs double what Opus costs. Double. So it should be way better, right? Let's look at everyday work. Computer use 85 versus 83. That's not better. That's a tie. You're paying double for a tie. That guy from the top comment who drained his max plan in one session? Well, he probably paid double for stuff Opus does just as well. And remember, this is Anthropic's own table. A number that says that their new expensive model ties with the model you already have. Nobody publishes that to sell you something, so that's the number I trust most. Now let's look at the hard stuff. The hardest coding benchmark out there, Opus scores 13, Fable scores 29, more than double. Real-world software engineering tasks, 11 points ahead. And my favorite one isn't even a benchmark. Stripe let Fable loose on a codebase with 50 million lines of code. It did a migration in one day that they figured it would take a whole team more than 2 months. The gap is real. It just only shows up when the work is hard. Keep that gap in mind because one of my two bets only exists because of it. And no, it's not magic everywhere. One independent team tested it on a long business simulation, running a vending machine, buying and selling. It made less money than models that came before it. So the pattern is this. The longer and harder the task, the more Fable pulls ahead. Easy and repetitive, tie. Hard, long, and done once, that's where it earns the prize. And work that's hard, done once, and keeps paying, that has a name. That's a system. One more thing before my two bets. Anthropic says they want to bring Fable back to subscriptions after June 22. Their actual words are they aim to restore it. When? No date, no promise. The first taste is free. Look, I'm not saying it's a drug deal. I'm saying you should plan for the version where it doesn't come back. Because if you build the right things now, you win either way. If it comes back, great. If it doesn't, well, your system is already built. So here's what I'm spending my own window on. 2 bets. This is not advice, this is my actual plan with my actual limits. And you'll get to see how it goes either way. Bet number 1. I make these videos myself, and editing it's my life. So I'm using Fable to design an editing system. Motion graphics, cuts, captions, the whole pipeline. And here's the key part. Fable designs it, but Opus runs it. The expensive one-time thinking happens now. And what it builds keeps running after June 22. And honestly, it doesn't exist yet. I started it like yesterday and it might fail. But that's exactly what this kind of window is for. Hard done once, and if it works, it pays me back every single video. Bet number 2, my app. It's called Purpose. YouTube without the noise. Just videos that actually help you grow without all the rabbit holes. It's not out yet, but I'm opening a closed beta soon. And parts of it are genuinely hard, which, if you're paying attention, is exactly where those benchmark gaps live. The hard stuff is where Fable stops being a luxury and starts being the difference between shipping and not shipping. So, you can't control what Anthropic does on June 23. Maybe Fable comes back, maybe it doesn't. What you can control is what's still standing in your setup when that day comes. So, before every session between now and June 22, one question. Will this still be paying me on June 23? If yes, spend like it matters. If no, Opus has you covered. Tell me in the comments, what are you building in this window? I read every single one of them.